Alright guys, it's me, the Bike Rocker Boy. Can't stay indoors any longer. It's too nice and it's not warm, it's just sunny. It's warmish. It's not like it's cold. Anyway, let's check. What I've done now is put duct tape underneath me helmet here to create a bit more of a draft proof. Oh dear, what's going on here? This is gonna be interesting to see. There's a tractor there. Some chav. Some chav's got pulled over by the coppers. Look at that, that's nice. Nice old tractor. Every bike is out today. So I've put duct tape underneath my helmet, and obviously I've put some over the top as well, which you might have seen in the past. There's no actual duct tape there, you know. There's big gaps there, so you create quite a bit of, you know, the bingle the wind in, so it goes onto the microphone. But hopefully you should be able to hear me quite well. I've also stuck the mic to sort of the top bit of the tape, and so it's facing. So this time you should actually get a proper stereo effect, rather than actually being in one side of your ear and then having a load of bike noise in the other, like I've had on some of my videos. I'm still in the wrong bloody lane. Let's move over. There we are. Right. So, after all that, we'll just talk about this. Is there really such thing as a cheap Chinese... No, is there really such thing, not a cheap Chinese bike, there's plenty of cheap Chinese bikes out there, as a good, well-built Chinese bike? Now, people go, whenever anyone mentions don't buy Chinese, in most cases, you're actually right, you shouldn't buy a Chinese bike. Unless you want like severe reliability issues where you can't go out or at all on it, and it won't ever start or breaks down after about 3 miles. But these are actually, I believe, that you pay for what you get. I mean, if you can pay around £895 for a 125 crosser, and presumably this is going to be really unreliable. They always go their lookalikes because they look like some. They always go Honda CB125 or whatever lookalike. Or you could just go, or you got the other Chinese bikes, which are much more expensive, like Spicy's Pulse Adrenaline, or his new Sinis. There you are, Spicy, I've actually put a shout out for you, which is pointless because everybody else is subscribed to you anyway. With you and your 8 million subscribers, and I've only got about 70, 80, whatever. You got 80 million, I got 80. And remember, his old Pulse did around 26,000 miles, 42,000 kilometers before it got wrote off. So is there actually such a thing as a good Chinese bike? I actually happen to believe there is. You see, this is going to test my new kit because it's slightly windy out today. Because I've always believed that actually you can have good parts put together badly, and bad parts put together Good, they'll still fail because of bad parts. So I reckon, and I'm going to put this as an example right now. In front of you is a Suzuki GN. Now, this is apparently a 94 frame version with a 52 plate back on it. But if you also look into it, the GN 125s were only then ever made afterwards, after 1999, in China, rather than in Japan. But they were still using Suzuki parts. And so if this is the case, that means they're actually buying a Chinese bike with a Suzuki badge on it, made in China. And it just seems to go, and it does seem to be, you can put that towards absolutely anything, right? There's loads of things that we buy with good branded names on, like say Sony, or Panasonic, or something like that, or Samsung, right? They are presumably, well, Samsung's supposedly Korean, and obviously you got Sony and Panasonic, which are Japan. But most of their actual products are actually made in, and if you look in the back of it, China, made in China. So, should we be buying Chinese branded bikes, or should I just be buying bikes made in China? Well, you should be buying the Japanese branded, or whatever, Japanese branded stuff made in China. Now, they made them in China for a couple of reasons. Obviously, it's cheaper labour, and that means they reduce costs. But just because it's been made by a Chinese person doesn't mean it's going to be a bad product. Because at the end of the day, you've got two things that go towards making something really good. Good parts and good build quality. Now, if it's made in a good build, if the build quality is good, the good parts, you'll get an excellent product. Likewise, you can also use good parts in an okay build quality, and you'll still get a pretty good product, a pretty reliable product. So, take Spicy's brand new Cinis. It costs £1,895, as most of us know. And for that, you can also buy, for the same money, you can buy one of these, a brand new Suzuki GN 125 in Britain for £1,895. I actually believe, I honestly think that actually Spicy Cinis just uses the same 125 engines you get in Suzuki's anyway. But who knows? Spicy, check that out for me if you're watching this, which you probably aren't because you're too busy making blogs and watching other people's blogs, like Fire and Von Grumble. Ah, you're turning! I should be concentrating. God, Audi got tiny indicators. What the hell's that all about? Audi's having tiny indicators. Honestly, next time, if I had to go in the back of it, I'll go, I never saw it indicating, because Audi's indicators are too small. And they're really dark as well. Notice that. They're really, really small. So, to conclude, right, you should actually buy a Chinese bike based on its price only. I mean, I'm being serious, buy it based on its price. And not a cheaper, really is worse. Okay, I'll see you later. Ah. And yeah, ride safe, guys. Bye, Rocket Boy. Out.